What if the man you are today was merely a blueprint for the man you were born to build? Not in theory, not in some distant future, but starting now over the next 90 days. I'm talking about a version of you that doesn't hesitate, doesn't negotiate with weakness, and doesn't recognize the reflection of the man who is currently listening to these words. A man whose focus is a weapon and whose discipline is an unbreakable shield. This isn't a fantasy. It is the result of a single powerful decision, a decision to go to war against the habits that have held you hostage, against the internal voice of doubt that has kept you small, and against the exhausting cycle of starting strong only to fade when the emotion disappears. You know this cycle intimately, don't you? The fire of a new goal, followed by the slow, cold ash of inconsistency. For the next 90 days, we're not chasing motivation. We are installing a new operating system. We are forging an identity so strong that discipline becomes your default state, not a daily struggle. This video is the manual, the step-by-step code to deconstruct the old you and build a fortress in his place. It's not about feeling good. It's about becoming undeniable. This journey is not for the timid. It is for the man who is finally sick of his own excuses and ready to meet the giant he was meant to be. This is where you burn the old maps and build a new territory inside and out. The choice is simple. Go all in and become unrecognizable, or stay exactly where you are. The decision is yours, and it is made now. So if you are serious, truly serious about this path, then make your first move, your first act of commitment. Hit subscribe, not just to a channel, but to a contract with yourself. This is your training ground, and your transformation begins with this command. What you see in the mirror today is not the final version. It is the raw material, the starting point for the man you will forge. This is a contract you make with your future self, a promise that in 90 days, the person you are now will be a distant memory, replaced by a force of will and execution. This is your declaration of war, not against the world, but against the weakness within. This is a war against the version of you that negotiates with mediocrity. The one who says tomorrow, the one who seeks comfort over growth, the one who lets moods dictate his actions. You are here because you are tired of that man. You are here because you know deep in your bones that you were built for more than this cycle of starting and stopping. Forget motivation. Motivation is the spark that starts the fire, but discipline is the fuel that keeps it burning through the storm. For 90 days, we don't operate on feelings, we operate on a code. A set of non-negotiable protocols designed to systematically dismantle your old identity and install a new one, brick by disciplined brick. This process is not designed to be easy. It's designed to be effective. It will demand more from you than you think you have to give, and in return, it will give you a version of yourself you thought was impossible. You will learn that your limits were never real. They were just the borders of your old identity, and you are about to cross them. The choice you make today echoes for the next 90 days and beyond. You either commit to the fire of transformation, or you remain in the comfort of who you've been. There is no middle ground in this war. This is the moment you decide. This is the moment you rise. 90 days is not a magic number pulled from thin air. It is a calculated time frame rooted in the science of neuroplasticity and habit formation. It represents a season of focused, relentless effort long enough to make permanent changes to your brain's wiring and your very sense of self. It is the perfect intersection of challenge and achievability. Most people overestimate what they can do in a day, but they tragically underestimate what they can build in 3 months of radical consistency. They dabble, they try for a week, then fall off. They are forever planting seeds, but never watering them long enough to see them grow. This is why their lives remain unchanged, a field of dormant potential. Your brain is a pattern-making machine. Every action you take or fail to take carves a neural pathway. For 90 consecutive days, you will deliberately carve new pathways. You will starve the circuits of doubt and hesitation while feeding the circuits of action and certainty. You are literally rewiring your mind to serve your highest purpose. This period is long enough to push you past the initial wave of excitement, through the inevitable wall of boredom and resistance, and into the phase where new habits become automatic. It's where the effort you once had to force becomes the energy that now pulls you forward. This is the birth of momentum, the most powerful force in personal achievement. So understand this. You are not embarking on a challenge. You are entering a strategic period of identity construction. 90 days is the block of marble, your Daily discipline is the chisel, and the man who emerges will not be an improved version of the old you. He will be a new creation entirely. There is a profound difference between interest and commitment. An interested man looks for options, escape, routes, and backup plans. A committed man makes a decision so final that retreat is no longer a possibility. He stands on his island of purpose and burns the bridges that lead back to his old world of comfort and excuses. This is the first and most critical law of this 90-day lock-in. You decide once that you will see this through to the end. You don't get to renegotiate this decision on day 12 when you're tired, or on day 47 when you're bored. The decision is made, locked in, and the debate is over. Your feelings are now irrelevant to the execution of the plan. This act of burning the bridges sends a powerful command to your subconscious mind. It signals that survival and success now lie only in moving forward when there is no escape hatch. Your mind stops wasting energy on doubt and starts channeling all its resources into finding a way to win. This is how you unlock reservoirs of creativity and resilience you never knew you had. Most men fail because their decisions are soft. They are suggestions, not commands. They leave the back door open, just in case things get too hard. That just in case is a virus. It is a declaration of self-doubt that guarantees you will eventually use that exit. You must close it. You must seal it. You must make follow through your only option. So right now, make that irrevocable decision. Declare that for these 90 days, your commitment is absolute. The bridges are burned. The ships are scuttled. From this moment on, the only way is forward, through the fire, into the man you are destined to become. Your identity is not a fixed, mystical thing you were born with. It is a set of beliefs about yourself that have been carved into your brain by repeated experiences and thoughts. The man you are today is simply the result of the stories you have told yourself and the actions you have taken over and over again. This is not psychology. This is biology. Every time you choose comfort over discipline, you strengthen the neural circuit of the quitter. Every time you hesitate, you deepen the groove of the doubter. Your brain, in its quest for efficiency, simply makes it easier for you to be who you have been. It is a feedback loop, and for many, it's a prison. But here is the truth that will set you free. You can consciously build a new prison, one of strength and discipline, until it becomes a palace, by intentionally and repeatedly performing the actions of the man you want to be. You force your brain to adapt. You are building a new feedback loop, one where action becomes easier than inaction. This 90-day protocol is a systematic process of experiential learning for your brain. You are not just reading or thinking. You are doing. You are providing your mind with undeniable proof day after day that you are a man of discipline, that you are a man who finishes, that you are a man who faces resistance and does not fold. After weeks of this new evidence, a tipping point is reached. The new neural pathways become the dominant ones. It no longer feels like you are trying to be disciplined. It simply becomes who you are. This is the moment the internal war ends, not because you destroyed the enemy, but because you became the commander. You have been fed a lie. The lie is that you need to feel motivated to act. You have been trained to wait for a surge of inspiration, a wave of emotion that will carry you toward your goals. This is why you are stuck in a cycle of starting and stopping. You have built your empire on the unstable ground of emotion. Motivation is a fair weather friend. It shows up when the sun is shining and the path is easy, but it vanishes at the first sign of a storm. It is a fleeting chemical reaction, a dopamine hit that cannot be trusted to build anything of lasting value. Relying on motivation is like trying to build a fortress with sand. Discipline, however, is the bedrock. It is the quiet, unsexy, and unbreakable force that shows up regardless of how you feel. Discipline doesn't ask if you're tired. It doesn't care if you're bored. It doesn't check the weather. Discipline is a choice, a commitment, a system that you execute simply because you said you would. This 90-day journey is your training ground to shift your allegiance from motivation to discipline. You are not trying to feel good. You are trying to be good. You are learning to command your body and your mind to act in alignment with your highest purpose, even when every cell in your body screams for comfort. This is the ultimate freedom. When you are no longer a slave to your moods, you become the master of your life. You are the one who decides. You are the one who acts. You are the one who builds. And the man who operates from discipline, not motivation, is an unstoppable force. When The work gets hard, when your muscles burn, when your mind begs you to stop. You have been trained to interpret this as a signal to quit. You see resistance as a red light, a warning that you've reached your limit. This interpretation is the single greatest barrier between you and the man you want to become. It is fundamentally wrong. Resistance is not your enemy, it is your greatest ally. It is the feedback from reality that you are pushing against your current boundaries. It is the friction necessary for growth. Muscles do not grow without the tension of weight. Skill is not sharpened without the challenge of repetition. Your character is not forged without the fire of adversity. From this day forward, you will reframe resistance completely. When it gets hard, you will not think, "This is a reason to stop." You will think, "This is proof that I am changing." The discomfort is the feeling of your old self dying. The pain is the signal that a new, stronger version is being born. You must learn to lean into it. This is why we welcome the hard days. We welcome the moments we want to quit, because those are the moments that matter. Those are the moments where the real growth happens. Anyone can work when they feel good, but the man who can execute when it's hard, when no one is watching, that is the man who becomes a king. So when that wall of resistance appears, and you will smile. You will thank it for showing you the way. You will see it not as a barrier, but as a gateway to the next level of your own evolution, and you will walk through it without hesitation. Transformation is not an accident. It is an engineered process. To build a new identity, you need a blueprint, a clear, actionable, and non-negotiable protocol that leaves no room for doubt or decision fatigue. This is that blueprint. This is the furnace you will step into for the next 90 days. This structure is built upon 5 pillars. 4 are your daily actions, and the 5th is the code that governs them all. Each pillar is designed to sharpen a specific part of you: your mind, your body, your mission, and your spirit. When practiced together, they create a synergistic effect that accelerates your evolution at an exponential rate. This is not a menu of options where you pick and choose what feels good. It is a complete system. Every part is essential. Neglecting one pillar weakens the entire structure. The power is not in any single action, but in the relentless daily execution of the complete protocol. It is the consistency that creates the magic. For the next 90 days, your life will become brutally simple and ruthlessly effective. You will eliminate the noise, the distractions, and the low-value activities that have been draining your power. You will replace them with a handful of high-impact rituals that are scientifically designed to make you stronger, sharper, and more focused. Prepare yourself. We are about to detail the daily orders of your new life. Study them, internalize them. Because from tomorrow morning, this blueprint is no longer a concept you are learning. It is the life you are living. You cannot build an elite life with a junk food mind. Your thoughts create your reality, and for too long, your mind has been fed a diet of passive consumption, distraction, and noise. The first pillar of your transformation is to seize control of your mental inputs. You will become the vigilant gatekeeper of your own mind. Every day, for the next 90 days, you will dedicate 1 uninterrupted hour to deliberately feeding your mind. This is not for entertainment. This is for construction. This hour will be spent reading books that challenge you, reflecting on your purpose, writing down your goals, or studying the minds of the masters who have come before you. Most people are mental consumers. They float through their days reacting to whatever information is thrown at them: social media, news, gossip. Their minds are cluttered, chaotic, and weak. You will be different. You will be a mental architect. You will choose the software you install in your brain with ruthless intention. This daily practice does more than just give you new information. It rewires your thinking process. You start to see the world through a new lens, one of strategy, opportunity, and power. Your language changes. Your decisions become sharper. Your vision becomes clearer. You are no longer running on the default programming of the masses. 1 hour a day, that is the price of a superior mind. Over 90 days, that is 90 hours of focused, high-quality input. This single habit will create more separation between you and your competition than any other. You will begin to operate on a level they cannot even perceive. Your body is not just a container for your mind. It is the engine of your ambition. If your physical foundation is weak, your mental and spiritual aspirations will crumble. A tired, neglected body produces a scattered, unfocused mind. To command your life, you must first command your physical vessel. Every single day for the next 90 days, you will train your body. A minimum of 30 minutes, ideally 60. The focus is intensity and consistency, not perfection. You can run, lift, swim, or fight. The modality does not matter. What matters is that you move with purpose, that you sweat, and that you embrace physical discomfort. This is not about vanity. This is about building power. Every workout is a deposit into your bank of discipline. Every drop of sweat is a vote for the new identity you are forging. You are teaching your body on a cellular level that it is commanded by your will, not by its desire for ease. You are building pain tolerance. You do not need a fancy gym or an expensive trainer. You need a commitment. You need to declare war on softness. A man who cannot control his own body cannot hope to control his destiny. Your daily physical training becomes an anchor for your entire day, a source of energy and a constant reminder of your standard. Over 90 days, your body will transform, but more importantly, your relationship with it will change. It will cease to be a source of weakness and become a force multiplier. It will carry you through the hard days. It will fuel your mind for the deep work. It will become the unbreakable physical manifestation of your will. Potential that is not acted upon is pain. The dream you hold in your heart will become a source of torment unless you dedicate focused, daily effort to its construction. Most men fail not for lack of a dream, but for lack of a daily system to build it. They wait for inspiration, for large blocks of free time that never come. The third pillar is where you build your empire, one brick at a time. Every day for the next 90 days, you will dedicate a minimum of 90 minutes to your mission. This is a sacred, uninterrupted block of deep work. No phone, no email, no distractions, just you and the craft you are mastering. If you are a writer, you write. If you are building a business, you build. If you are learning a skill, you practice. If you do not yet know your mission, then for these 90 minutes, your mission is to find it. You will read, journal, experiment, and move forward until clarity emerges from the action. You do not wait for clarity. You create it. This daily practice is your competitive edge. While others are talking, you are building. While they are consuming, you are creating. 90 minutes a day is over 10 hours a week. In 90 days, that's over 130 hours of focused mastery. This is how you become so good they can't ignore you. This block of time is where your future is born. It is the tangible proof of your commitment. It is the work done in silence that will one day make all the noise. Do not miss a day. Protect this time as if your life depends on it, because the life you want to live certainly does. In a world addicted to noise and stimulation, silence is a superpower. A mind that is never still can never be clear. Your greatest insights, your most creative solutions, and your deepest sense of purpose are not found in more input, but in the space you create between the thoughts. This is the pillar of stillness. Every day for the next 90 days, you will spend at least 10 to 20 minutes in absolute stillness. No phone, no music, no podcasts, no input of any kind. You can sit in meditation, walk in nature without distraction, or simply lie on the floor and breathe. The method is secondary to the principle. You must disconnect from the world to reconnect with yourself. This is not wasted time. It is the most productive time of your day. Stillness is where your nervous system resets. It's where the mental clutter from the day dissolves. It is where you separate your own true voice from the chorus of external opinions you have absorbed. It is where your vision is calibrated. At first, this practice will feel uncomfortable. Your mind, addicted to distraction, will resist. It will throw thoughts at you, create urges, and beg for stimulation. Good. This is the detoxification process. Your job is not to fight the thoughts, but to observe them without attachment, letting them pass like clouds in the sky. A man who cannot be alone with his own thoughts is a man who is easily controlled. By practicing stillness, you train presence. Presence leads to clarity. Clarity leads to power. You will begin to move with a calm, centered precision that is unshakable, because your actions will be coming from a place of deep inner alignment, not chaotic reaction. This is not another pillar. It is the steel reinforcement that holds the entire structure together. It is the supreme law that governs your new identity. No negotiation. It means you do what you said you would do, period. There is no debate. There is no vote. The decision was already made. This is where boys become men. It is the code that separates the talkers from the walkers. It means you do not consult your feelings before you act. You do not check the weather to see if you will train. You do not let a long day at work become an excuse to skip your reading. You execute the protocol, no matter what. Success is not a talent problem. It is a negotiation problem. Most men start strong, but at the first sign of friction, they begin. A negotiation with themselves, just for today. I'll make it up tomorrow. I've been good, I deserve a break. Each negotiation is a small betrayal, a crack in the foundation of their self-trust. You will eliminate this internal negotiation. You signed a contract with yourself on day one. There is no exit clause when your mind starts whispering excuses. You do not engage. You recognize it as the voice of your old self, the voice of weakness, and you calmly and deliberately get back to work. You teach your subconscious that your word is law. Now, let's seal this code into your identity. Do not just listen. Participate. Repeat these words in a clear, firm voice so that every cell in your body hears the command. Breathe in and declare, I am the commander of my mind. I do not negotiate with weakness. My word is law. This is your new code. There are no other terms. This is the path. This is the way. Your focus is your most valuable currency, and you have been letting the world steal it for pennies. Mindless scrolling, endless notifications, low-value content that entertains but does not build. These are the enemies of your mission. For the next 90 days, you will perform a surgical strike on these distractions. Your environment is a battlefield. If you allow the enemy into your camp, you will lose the war. Your phone is not a toy. It is a tool if an app does not directly contribute to your mission. It gets deleted. Mute the group chats that are filled with gossip and negativity. Turn off every notification that is not mission critical. You must become unavailable for small talk that keeps you small. Your time and energy are finite resources to be invested, not spent. Every conversation is either moving you closer to your goal or pulling you away from it. Protect your energy as if it were a vault. You cannot build a legacy if your power is constantly being fractured by nonsense. This includes substances that dull your edge. If you are serious about peak mental clarity and physical power, you have no space for alcohol in this 90-day sprint. It is a regression. It lowers your vibration, disrupts your recovery, and clouds the very sharpness you are working so hard to forge. Cut it, full stop. This is not about deprivation. This is about precision. You are creating a vacuum, a sacred space free from the noise of the masses, and into that space you will pour your focus, your energy, and your will. You are building a container for your own greatness. Nothing leaks in, nothing leaks out. Your mind has been hijacked. It has been trained by modern technology to crave constant, easy, and meaningless rewards. The notification sound, the endless scroll, the quick hit of novelty. This is not just a bad habit. It is a chemical addiction to low-grade dopamine. And it is robbing you of your ability to do hard, meaningful work. Until you reset your brain's reward system, you will forever be chasing these digital crumbs instead of building your empire. You will choose the easy distraction over the difficult task because your brain has been conditioned to prefer the instant, tiny reward. This is the chemistry of mediocrity, and you must break free. The next 90 days are your detoxification. You must deliberately starve your brain of easy dopamine so that it can relearn to find fulfillment in meaningful effort. This means embracing boredom. It means sitting with a difficult problem without reaching for your phone. It means finding pleasure in the slow, steady progress of deep work. This will be uncomfortable at first. Your brain will scream for its usual fix. This discomfort is a sign that the healing is working. You are recalibrating your baseline. You are teaching your mind that the most profound satisfaction comes not from consumption, but from creation. Not from distraction, but from discipline. This is one of the most powerful secrets of the elite. They are not better than you. They have simply mastered their own brain chemistry. They have trained themselves to derive pleasure from the very things that others avoid. This is the power you are now building. You are becoming the master of your own reward system. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems and your environment. If you attempt to forge a new identity in the same chaotic, cluttered space that bred your old habits, you will fail. Your physical surroundings are a direct reflection of your mental state, and they must be engineered for victory. For the next 90 days, your space becomes a sanctuary of focus. Clean it, organize it, remove everything that does not serve your mission. You are not building a cozy vibe. You are building a launch pad. Every time you walk into your room, your office, your workout space, it must send a clear signal to your brain. This is where I win. No more working from bed. No more multitasking with the TV in the background. Create a designated space for your deep work and let that space be sacred. When you are there, you do one thing and you do it with total concentration. Your environment must become an ally in your war against distraction, not a co-conspirator. This extends to your digital environment as well. Clean up your desktop, organize your files, unsubscribe from the email lists that clutter your inbox, create a digital space that is as sharp, focused, and intentional as the man you are becoming. Everything in your world must be aligned with your purpose. This isn't about rigid minimalism, it's about intentional design. Your environment is constantly sending messages to your subconscious. You must decide what those messages are. Will they be messages of comfort, chaos, and mediocrity? Or will they be messages of discipline, focus, and power? The choice is yours. The fastest way to become the man you want to be is to start acting like him now, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, not when you have the results, today. This is the principle of identity anchoring. You stop acting like the person you've been and you start acting from the identity of the man you are becoming. You do not try to be disciplined. You operate from the core belief that I am disciplined. You do not hope to be consistent. You move through your day as if consistency is your natural state. Why? Because your behavior will always follow your perceived identity. Your actions are a desperate attempt to stay consistent with who you believe you are. So, we change the belief first. This is not faking it. It is a conscious and strategic act of becoming. Every time you choose the hard action over the easy comfort, you are casting a vote for this new identity. You are sending a piece of evidence to your subconscious that says, see, this is who we are now. Before every major decision of your day, ask yourself one question. What would the man I am becoming do in this situation? Would he hit the snooze button? Would he scroll through his phone instead of reading? Would he shrink from the difficult conversation? The answer is always clear. Your job is to simply obey it. This single question will change your life. It cuts through the fog of emotion and gives you a clear, immediate standard to live by. The more you act in alignment with that future self, the faster you close the gap between who you are and who you want to be, until one day you look in the mirror and realize they are the same person. Goals are for setting a direction. Systems are for making progress. You have been obsessed with the destination, the goal, and you have neglected the vehicle that will actually get you there. This is why you feel stuck. A goal without a system is just a wish, and wishes do not build empires. Set your goal once. Write it down, make it clear, then forget about it. Shift your entire focus to the daily system, the process, the actions you will take today. You do not rise to success by staring at the mountaintop. You rise by mastering the next step in front of you over and over again. What is your system? What time do you wake up? What are the first 60 minutes of your day? What is your non-negotiable workout schedule? What does your deep work block look like? These systems must be so simple and so clear that you don't need to think, you just execute. You remove decision fatigue from the equation, and to support those systems, you track them visibly every single day. If you don't track it, it didn't happen. Your brain is a liar. It will tell you that you've been pretty good. It will conveniently forget the skipped workouts and the broken promises. But data does not lie. Numbers don't care about your feelings. Get a calendar, a notebook, a whiteboard. Make it big and visible. Every time you complete a daily action, you make a mark, a big, satisfying X. That visual chain of wins is a powerful psychological weapon. It is dopamine tied to discipline, not distraction. You will become addicted to not breaking the chain, and that addiction will set you free. On this 90-day path, you will face 3 distinct walls. They are not signs of your weakness. They are predictable stages of any true transformation. Knowing what they are and when they will appear is your strategic advantage. You will not be surprised by them. You will be ready for them. The first wall hits fast around day 7 to 10. The initial excitement has faded and the raw, grinding reality of the work sets in. Your old self, feeling threatened, will launch a full-scale rebellion. You will hear its voice loudly. This is too much. You deserve a break. This is the test of resistance. You pass it by quietly, relentlessly, taking one more step. The second wall appears around day 30. This one is more subtle, more insidious. It's not pain. It's boredom. The routine feels repetitive. The results aren't visible yet. Doubt creeps in. Is this even working? This is the test of faith. This is where most people quit, chasing a new, more exciting program. You will not. You will trust the process. You will keep swinging in the dark, knowing you are forging your character in the furnace of boredom. The third wall is a wall of rebirth around day 60. You will start to feel different. The habits are no longer a struggle. They are a part of you. You feel sharper, calmer, stronger. This is not a wall to break through, but one to recognize. This is the moment you must consciously acknowledge the shift. You must look in the mirror and say, I am not the same man. This honors the work and solidifies the new identity. These walls are not obstacles. They are milestones. They are the rites of passage on your journey from who you were to who you are becoming. Expect them, greet them, and walk straight through them. There will come a moment when the voice in your head, the voice of your old self, will present a very logical, very compelling reason to quit. It won't sound like weakness. It will sound like reason. You're burning out. One day off won't hurt. Start fresh on Monday. This is the most dangerous moment in your entire journey. This is the moment the war is won or lost, not in the gym. Not in the office, but in the 6 inches between your ears. When this moment comes, you must have a protocol, an automatic, pre-decided response. You do not debate the voice. You do not reason with it. You execute the protocol. First, you anchor. You stop whatever you are doing and take one deep, deliberate breath. This breaks the emotional spiral. You create a moment of space between the stimulus, the desire to quit, and your response. In that space lies your power. Second, you recommit to your purpose. You must have your why written down and visible. Why did you start this? What is the pain you are moving away from? What is the vision you are moving toward? You look at it. You read it aloud. You remember the contract you made with yourself. This is the principle of a definite chief aim. It is your North Star in the storm. Third, you take one small physical action toward your goal. If you want to skip your workout, you just put on your shoes. If you want to stop writing, you just write one more sentence. This micro action shatters the inertia of quitting and reactivates the momentum of doing. This is how you defeat the voice, not with logic, but with action. Your reality is a reflection of the ideas that dominate your mind. What you believe, you become. The most powerful tool for shaping your beliefs is repetition. This is the principle of autosuggestion. You are constantly suggesting things to yourself, whether you realize it or not. The question is, are you controlling the suggestions? This is why this video, this process, is not something you watch once. It is a code that must be installed daily. You must immerse your mind in these ideas until they become more real than your doubts. You must study this content, speak its words, and live its principles until your subconscious has no choice but to accept it as your new reality. Every time you repeat a command like I am disciplined, you are sending an order to your subconscious. The first time it may resist, the 10th time it listens, the 1000th time it becomes a core part of your identity. You are literally programming your own mind through systematic, controlled repetition. This is not a mystical process. It is how all beliefs are formed. Look at your fears, your doubts, your limitations. They are simply ideas that have been repeated by yourself or others until they feel like truths. You will now use this same process deliberately to install beliefs of power, confidence, and unshakable will.so. Let this be your new mantra. A loop that plays in the back of your mind. Say it now. I am the builder. I am the force. I am the command. Let these words become louder than your fear. Let them become the background radiation of your mind, because the man who rewires his mind rewires his life. The journey of the next 90 days is a journey taken in silence. This is your time to disappear. Let them wonder where you went. Let them assume you fell off. Do not correct them. Do not post about your progress. Your work does not need an audience. It needs your obsession. You are going dark. You are entering the cocoon to undergo a metamorphosis. This is a sacred period of deep internal work. You will trade the cheap Dopamine of external validation for the profound self-respect that comes from doing the hard work in private for yourself and by yourself. Every day you will lay another brick. Every day you will sharpen the blade. Every day you will build your fortress. And when the 90 days are over, you will not need to announce your return. Your presence will be the announcement. Your energy will be the evidence. The results will do all the talking. They will see a new light in your eyes, a new certainty in your walk, a new power in your silence, and they will not understand it, because they did not see the struggle, they did not see the sweat, they did not see the thousands of small victories you won against yourself in the dark, and that is the point. This is your call to arms. The war is against the man in the mirror. The prize is the man he is capable of becoming. The time is now. Mark the day. Lock in the system, eliminate the noise, and give yourself the gift of meeting the man who has been waiting on the other side of your discipline. Your mission does not end with this video. It begins. This is not entertainment you consume. It is a code you must install day after day. Your first order is to ritualize this training. Every morning for the next 90 days, this video is your briefing. Re-watch it, reabsorb it, let it be the command that sets the tone for your day of execution. This is the path to becoming undeniable. The work is hard, the path is narrow, but the man who emerges from that fire is eternal. He is the man you were always meant to be. Now the work begins. Your training continues. Subscribe to reinforce your commitment and gain access to the entire armory. Declare your decision. Go to the comments and write, "I am the standard." Let it be your public contract. This is a war best fought with allies. Share this transmission with one man you know who is ready to stop negotiating with his potential and start building it. Now, go dark, go to work, and come back different.